And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Of course, show number 2 today. Always busy here, presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey, MitchMacs.com, and Hank Jr. Productions, live on the Backstage Pass YouTube channel and also at the Sports Guys Podcast.com. Yours truly here flying solo as we count down to kickoff on CajunCountryRadio.com, your home of Vider Pirate football coming up August 26th. Looking forward to that. And I tell you what else I look forward to. Every time she comes back on here, there's like number one album, number one song, number one music video. She works with so many great number one people, and she's number one in my book as she's got this big album we've talked about here on the broadcast many times called Breaking Hearts. It's kicking ass and taking names in her home country right now. It's a number one album, number one ARIA album over there in Australia as Australian country music artist, the beautiful, the talented Hayley Jensen back here on the program. How you doing, my friend?
Oh wow! Thank you, Brendan. You are way too kind to me. Anytime I need a bit of encouragement, a bit of a boost to my confidence, I'll just give you a buzz.
Give me a buzz. You text me anytime. We've been texting over the last few weeks and talking a lot about a lot of different things. Well, let me start right there too, because we're going to show the video today, a little acoustic performance for "Shake My Bones." Terrific album. I know when you guys found out, I was reading your socials and all the reactions. When you guys found out it was a number one album in your home country, what was the first kind of emotion, the feeling that went through in this album, Breaking Hearts?
Oh my gosh, absolutely incredible, because we produced this album during the lockdowns and literally right here in this room. I recorded the vocals and sent them over to my awesome producer in Canada who brought it all together. But we did it in a way that we never thought we'd have to work like that. The idea would have always been to go over there and produce it. So it was crazy. And then, of course, touring wasn't happening because the world was shut down. And so I had to come up with new ways to release it. I created an online album launch experience for the fans to log in, and every day they got access to a new song and behind the scenes and all that sort of stuff, which was really, it was kind of, it was a bit of a last minute thing because we sort of opened up and then shut down again, but it was amazing because it just created this connection with people to the songs that was so much deeper than if I had just released a single and the album and gone, I hope you like it. And even more so than like getting out touring, because you can see more people online as you know, you're connecting with people all across the world. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty amazing. So I was kind of had everything crossed because it was such an unconventional launch and way to launch a record, that it was like, I really hope this comes off and that people still hear about it and love the songs. And so that's all you can hope for, and then for it to actually hit number one was pretty epic. Yeah. And the same week, I think Lady Antebellum had released their album here as well, and so I was sitting here going, oh no, I'm doomed. I just pipped them to the post, I think. So yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Well, great album, no doubt. And I know for you guys, you got a chance to do the music video for Shake My Bones. Jay Sini, tell me about this. I know he's with Blacklist Productions, winning producer, Golden Guitar Award winning producer. All this got set up, and you guys put out a great music video. Tell me all about that.
Yeah, thank you. We had a lot of fun with this one. I decided to connect it up with another one of my music videos, which was Karma. And so we kind of got the end of Karma and interweaved it with the beginning of Shake My Bones, just to kind of connect the stories on a little bit. The song itself is very much about doing things that you shouldn't do, but you do anyway, and going after the bad boy or just breaking the rules a bit. And it's kind of, so we wanted to kind of, explore that a little bit further with the video. As you can in music videos, you can do things that you would never be able to do in real life, like rob a bank or something like that. So we decided to rob a bank. It's my husband's the co-star in the video, and he robs the bank. I drive the getaway car, and then we get caught by the cops. He dobs me in. I end up in jail. He steals my car, and there's a bit of revenge going to be happening from here, I think. But it was a lot of fun to make, and Jay was just amazing to work with. He's, as you say, award-winning producer here, and really fun to just work with him on exploring the different concepts and how far we could push it in the streets of Sydney.
Well, it had some great tracks on it. I love the fact that you guys got to feature another great artist to feature Becky Cole on there. A song called Angel, which I thought was fantastic. Tell me all about that arrangement. Anytime you work with Becky Cole, enough said, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, look, this song I actually sang many years ago now on Australian Idol. So, and it was kind of my main song that I sang to get through to the top 12. It's a Sarah McLachlan classic ballad. And a lot of people remembered me from that performance, or I guess, fell in love with my voice from that performance. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to kind of release it again and do something a little bit different with this song. And I actually went over to the Middle East with Becky Cole to perform for the troops with our defence forces, for the coalition forces over there. And every night I'd perform this song, and I could hear her singing from the side of the stage these beautiful harmonies. And we had an opportunity to perform on the same bill I was at the War Memorial for one of their big Christmas carols events, and they'd asked me to sing Angel, and of course I did. It's not really a Christmas song, but angels are in it, and Becky was on the bill, and neither of us can remember whether we'd had the conversation or whether she just grabbed the mic and came out, but she came out and sang those beautiful harmonies at that event, and I thought, I've got to capture that one day, and so we did. We ended up recording it, and it was the first song released off this album, actually, before the album had even really been conceived, and went to number one, and it was just fabulous for an artist of her caliber to agree to be part of a project with myself. After so many years, we hadn't really been that much in touch through the years, so it was lovely to release that song and capture that memory.
A beautiful song. I'll tell you, Chris, tuning in, I'll always love comments like this. Go to the audience. You guys have any questions for Hayley, feel free to put them up there. And like I said, leave them in the comment box. We'll get to as many as we can. So, yeah, we always want to sell the merch here on the podcast, no doubt. So make sure you guys look out for that too, which is super cool. And Jan, thanks for tuning in too as well. Always a pleasure for you tuning in. I want to go back and stay with the album again. Breaking Hearts is across all those digital platforms. You guys had two songs, well, actually more than that I loved on there. But better than that, let's start with this one. This was one that very personal, kind of meaning to you a little bit, and for a lot of fans, they really enjoyed this one. Where did this kind of originate from?
Yeah, this song I wrote with the awesome Clayton Bellamy from the Roadhammers, and it was co-produced with Dan Davidson, another Canadian country artist, and co-produced with the producer of the whole album, Troy Cokel. And when Clayton and I sat there, I was like, I just want to write a real song about not being taken for granted, about, I guess it's just that whole, there's so many songs about heartbreak, and it's from this kind of victim perspective. And I thought, no, I want to, be on the front foot with this and be saying, like, my mama taught me better than that. I'm not going to be sit around and be treated like this. So, and make a really cool, fun song out. It's one of my favorite songs to perform live. People always get right into it. So, yeah, it's a fun song about a pretty serious topic.
It definitely is. I was also caught this when I was reading some information. We always say we do the best show prep out there we can. I know Breaking Hearts is going to be available for a limited edition vinyl. Tell people about that, and if I got to order one, so I got to be one of the first ones to get that.
Oh, yeah, all right. Well, look, I'm going to have to get on the front foot with this, because it is actually released as a vinyl. We released it in November last year. It went out through all of our retail outlets here in Australia. But if you were overseas or what have you, it was pretty hard to order it because, obviously shipping and all that sort of stuff. But I actually have probably about 20 copies left that I need to work out what to do with. So I should probably put them on my website before they nobody cares about it anymore. But they're gorgeous, red vinyl, and yeah, it's we actually had my father's record player reconditioned. My husband did it for me for Christmas, which was really special. So the first record player that it ever got played on was that one. And there's nothing like sitting down and listening to a vinyl album. So yeah, it's pretty special. It's like sitting around a campfire or something, you know, like you don't need anything else.
Yeah.
You can just sit there and listen to that. And
got all you need.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I got to get my copy for you. So if you got some of those, you figure out what to do with those. I've got a nice little record player that I invested in a few years back. So I need to put you on, glass of wine, have the wife just kind of dance to it and here in the house. And I need to get a copy from you. So I'll make arrangements after the show.
I'll keep one aside.
Keep one aside for me. I know a lot of people, the different movements, the shifts, things like that. And of course, the uncertainty of what's going on even here, overseas. Just feels like this will never end. And in some different instances, cases rise up, they go down. But for you guys, I know there's a big country music festival that will be coming up, Groundwater Country Music Festival. Tell people about that.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of festivals now, which is so exciting. Groundwater is probably one of the biggest ones. It's in Queensland, and it's a really great festival because it's kind of it's sponsored by the government, and so it's actually a free festival for everybody to attend, and there's multiple stages, and it's just huge. It's larger than life. They take over the entire city of Broadbeach in Queensland here, and it is an incredible festival, and I've had the opportunity twice before to play this great festival. The main stage is just like in the main street, people back down the main street. It's amazing. Another one coming up soon is Country Rocks Festival in Bungendore near Canberra. That one's actually put on by the team at Country Rocks, and it's huge. We've got the Wolf Brothers and massive lineup for that festival too, over 3 days. And I'm just so excited that festivals are finally coming back. We've got Denny Ute Muster, which is down. I think Kerry Underwood played there a couple of years ago down towards Victoria, but it's still in New South Wales. Massive festival. Brad Paisley's headlining that festival this year. So it's kind of feeling a little bit like things are getting back to normal with international artists starting to come back again and people being able to travel. So yeah, the festival season is almost upon us. We're in the middle of our winter here at the moment, so it's a bit dreary. So we're all just kind of looking at what you guys are doing and all the festivals happening over there and going, come on. We can't wait for our turn.
give some good weather to our good friends down under too. Of course, here it's the heat wave now. Texas, where I'm at too, and all the different parts of the country. It has been hot, and I say more hot, triple digits, and it just feels like we're just ready for October and the fall weather to come through. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
Wow. So, yeah, stay safe. It's pretty from what we hear on the news, it's pretty serious. I mean, we were in Europe just a couple of weeks ago, in Iceland and in Belgium, and I think we sort of left, and the heat wave sort of came across that your whole part of the world. we're still freezing, and it's just raining and cold down here, so we've got the opposite.
Just to tell you, I don't know, global warming or whatever it is, this heat wave. Of course, we're in the middle of the, knock on wood, we don't get anything. This hurricane season down here on the coast. It's been pretty crazy over the last 3 to 4 or 5 years. But I just wish everybody good luck so far. Knock on wood, we're doing fine, and we don't get any of those storms. I'll tell you what, we got to take a quick break here on the Backstage Pass. It's Hayley Jensen here from Australia. We say good morning to her over there. It's already morning time over in her beautiful home country. We'll come back and play the latest music video from Hayley, Shake My Bones, off the Breaking Hearts album, which is the #1 record over there. Aria #1 country album. We'll take a quick time out for our sponsors. Come back, more with Hayley Jensen. She knows I'm going to talk about turning up the dial, because I don't ever go a day without listening to Turning Up the Dial. So going back and do that here. It is the Backstage Pass live on the YouTube channel. And, of course, the sportsguyspodcast.com. We're live on that. If you want to check more about Hayley, HayleyJensen.net is the website out there to find more information on tours, merchandise, and the schedules over there. Quick timeout, coming back from the break, and the video will play Shake My Bones from the album Breaking Hearts. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass.
Never been the kind of girl to mess around. Boy, you got me bad. You drove in a town with your windows down, looking for a bad romance. Mama always told me to follow my heart, keep my cards close to my chest. Should have seen you coming right from the start, and we all know how this ends. Lived a life of rules and never crossed no line. When it comes to you, do it all the time. Shake my bones and hold my breath. Gonna breathe you in like a cigarette. I know you're bad for me, but it sure feels good at the time. Just one taste is all it takes. You draw me in until I nearly break. I make the same mistake. It's the only way I know to survive. Go on and lock me up, 'cause you're one hell of a crime. You put a spell on me, you got me hypnotized. It's like I'm losing my mind, like you cut my brakes on the interstate, flying through every light. You're like a last shot of whiskey on a Friday night that I know I'm gonna regret. You got me moonshine blind, I wouldn't hit rewind. Love every second of it. Lived a life of rules and never crossed no lines. When it comes to you, I do it all the time. Shake my bones and hold my breath. Wanna breathe you in like a cigarette. I know you're bad for me, but it sure feels good at the time. Just one taste is all it takes. You draw me in until I nearly break. I make the same mistake. It's the only way I know to survive. Go on and lock me up. You're one hell of a crime. Never cross no line. When it comes to you, I do it all the time. At your beck and call, turn it on a dime. You stole my heart, you took me for a ride. Gonna breathe you in like a cigarette, cigarette, cigarette. Oh, just one taste is all it takes. You draw me in until I nearly break. I make the same mistake. It's the only way I know to survive. Go on and lock me up. You're one hell of a crime. Go on and lock me up. You're one hell of a crime. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah.
And back on the show again, Hayley Jensen joining us all the way from Australia. We're talking about Shake My Bones and, of course, Breaking Hearts, the #1 ARIA country album. Love those performances. The vocals are always great, and she has fun with her band. And, of course, definitely just talking all things country music, no doubt. Great performance, no doubt. Love that song. And the music video is fantastic, too. You guys always do some great things when it comes to your music. Hey, backing up a little bit, I'm going to go back to one of my favorite albums that you did in 2018. I never go a show without talking about it just because I love your music so much, and I'm just that addicted to it. Turning Up the Dial. You had so much fun doing this in Nashville with some great writers, great producers, great people. songs on there that just really come to life. Take me back to the 90s country style of things with Faith Hill, Martina McBride, and Shania Twain. It's music like that that is fun. And you get that with Saturday Night and This Love and Summertime Soundtrack. Just remind the folks how much fun you had putting this together with some of the bright minds in Nashville.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's easy to get sort of, single-minded on the next release and forget about things that have come and that have been part of your life. But these songs, I mean, I still perform them in my sets. I love, I always get requests. Oh, make sure you put Saturday Night in there, or make sure you put Summertime Soundtrack's my favorite song. And they're so much fun to play live, and the band can have a proper jam out with them. And, they're really, for me, I guess it was my first time really exploring country music, country music in its sort of outside of the kind of singer-songwriter sense of those style of songs, which is probably what I'd mainly done in the past, like really digging into some of those sounds with the dobros and the slide guitars and the just having a lot more fun with the production rather than being conservative about it. So, and it really paid off. And I think that's the whole thing with music is if you push the boundaries, if you just go that step further than what, you think is safe, that's where magic can happen most of the time. Hopefully it's not an epic fail, but if it is, then it's all right. You just don't put it on the album. But most of the time, when you push those boundaries and do things that you're not, you haven't done before, that's when the sparks happen and people really enjoy it. So thank you, Brendan. I really appreciate it.
I know good music when I hear it. And of course, that's when I met you back in 2018. We've been friends now for, it's been 2-3 years, as long as I've been doing this show. And I'll text you sometimes and I'm like, you know what? My day is kind of, but I'm just going to put your music on and I'm going to be in a better mood and take the jog to the songs. And I've done that every day, at least played it at least once. 2 or 3 tracks off that particular
the one
album.
Where I'm getting all of these streams from Texas.
Well, you gotta have a lot of clicks and a lot of punches and stuff like that when it comes to bringing up the music, because we all want to be social media happy out there when it comes down to it. Y'all had so much fun. I know this was a personal story you tell a lot too, but one of the songs off there, and I know the fans will jump in and definitely echo the sentiments. Forever Won't Be Long Enough, a special song for you and your husband at your wedding. You've told that story a few times, but for the people that haven't heard that, a very special song for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wrote this song with a wonderful songwriter, very, decorated in awards. Jerry Sally in Canada. I'm so used to saying that now. In Nashville, and I really wanted to write a song for our wedding day. It was coming up, and even if it was just on the album or played, at some time during the wedding, but it ended up being a beautiful song that we danced to on our wedding day, and I've since had the honor of singing it, being invited by lots of people to come and sing it at their weddings as they walk down the aisle or for their first dance and what have you. So I think that's what music's really about, is that connecting with real life moments and emotions. And I literally had someone, it was just after we got back from traveling, it was a couple of weeks ago, this wedding, she moved the wedding a bunch of times so that I could be there to sing this song for them to walk down the aisle to, so that's pretty crazy for me to think that a song can be that powerful. And it's a very, very special one for me. And of course, in the video, it's got our actual wedding in it. People say, "Oh, did you relive that or whatever?" No, that was our actual wedding. So we shared it with the world.
It's a beautiful, beautiful song, no doubt. I know y'all had fun with this. I'm going to ask you about this because this was a lot of fun. Valentine's Day, always a special time, and for you guys to work with another great artist, put out a song called "Flirtin'." This had to be a lot of fun. So much went into this too. Different side of you, which is a good feel, no doubt. And I just was smiling the whole time when you guys put this song out.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. This is a Canadian band called Petrick. They're from Manitoba, and they're awesome guys. There's a few brothers in the band, and then the rest of the band. Their surname is Petrick. Fantastic guys, and it was pretty awesome for me actually to be invited as an Aussie. They'd started releasing music here and wanted to release a duet down under, and got in touch to say, would ask me to be part of it, which was pretty big honor. They're quite, they've got a lot of awards that they've won in Canada and what have you, and with me releasing music there and them releasing music here, it kind of made sense to do something together. But still a huge honor, and it's done great at radio over here and there as well, across Sirius XM and what have you. So it's fantastic, and it is a really fun. It's a bit of a cheeky little song written by some great songwriters, and it's a lot of fun to be part of.
I love that too. Again, The Breaking Hearts, the current album from the great Hayley Jensen out there, HayleyJensen.net for you guys to check out more merchandise. And of course, what shows are coming up out there too as well, because we all know that I've got to catch you live one day. In fact, somebody was telling me here in the comment box too, they were saying it was, you should hear, I think Chris was coming back. Yeah, it's an amazing show. So when I do get over there, we're going to make plans to meet for lunch. My wife and I, of course, you and your husband, and I've got to come to a show and sit front row. And
you need to get over here. Absolutely. Now the world's opening up. Don is in the live stream there. I see he used to tune into my live stream, as he's saying, 2 a.m. California time. He'd be setting the alarm, getting up to watch. It was unbelievable how it can bring people together from all across the world. So
I love it. There's a lot of great songs on the album. Of course, Karma, and you came on and talked a lot about, of course, the Fireworks song. It just has a little bit of everything for somebody on there too. Four Boots. I know Clayton Bellamy was with that project too. Tell me about Four Boots a little bit for the people that haven't heard.
Yeah, again, this is a bit of a cheeky one that we wrote. We wrote this, both myself, Dan Davidson, and Clayton Bellamy. Clayton's from the Roadhammers, who are a big Canadian country band for those of playing along at home, and we wanted to just do something a little bit cheeky with this one. And I keep saying, the stories are not from my past. They must be from the boys, because I would never do anything like this. But it's essentially, you go, you've broken up from a relationship. You decide, I'm going out with the girls. I'm going to have a good night. I'm not picking up anyone. I'm not here to pick up. I'm not here to, hook up with anyone. I'm just here to have fun with my friends. And then next minute, your eye catches someone across the room, and you end up waking up with 4 boots at the end of your bed. So it's a little cheeky. As I say, can't say it's ever happened to me, Brendan, but I blame that on the other 2 songwriters. But it makes for a good song.
I love Denise. She says, so true, Brendan. The album has a little bit of there's a little bit of everything out there. If you guys haven't check it out, of course, Just Gonna Party was big for you guys too. Had a great response from your home country there too. Just a lot of great fun there. I tell you what, I have so much fun. I could go on hours and hours with your music and just your smile and your affection. It's such an awesome feel here on the broadcast every time we get you on. I know there's more for fans as far as what you guys can say about the next project. We talked a lot about Shake My Bones and Breaking Hearts, but musicians never rest on their laurels, the good ones, of course. And I know for you guys, the next phase has already begun. What can you kind of tell the audience? What's next from Hayley Jensen?
Yeah, so there'll be one more song, a single released off this album before the end of the year, but I can't sit back, as you say. So I have been just kicked off the songwriting process when I've just come back from overseas. So that's been really fun, just exploring new music and writing new stories. It's interesting it'll be interesting to see how it ends up. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking when you're at the beginning of it. It's always fine when you're at the end and it's all done and you can sort of say, oh, good, thank goodness we made it through. But at the beginning of the creative process, it's, especially following up from 2 albums that have done so incredibly well. It's, there's a little bit of pressure there, but I'm just trying to take that off and just focus on one song at a time and making it as good as we can. So I've got the same crew on board with Troy Cokel from Canada at Reluctant Cowboy Records, producing the tunes, and we've started songwriting. So it's we've got a few great ones so far. So we'll have to see how that goes for next year. But
She's ready for that next phase. And so am I, man. I'll put something on a playlist just like that when she sends it to me too. Deborah, thanks for tuning in. So it's everything I've said and then some to echo those sentiments too. It's vocals, the band. There's something for everyone on these last two records we're talking about with Breaking Hearts, and of course our one of our favorite ones, turning up the dial here on the broadcast. All right, we're going to turn up the dial here. See how I just transitioned there to a little thing called Rapid Fire. For people that don't know what that is, we just get to know the artist more on a personal basis and ask a little series of funny questions. So the first one I'm going to throw at you. Okay, over here now we got this Mega Million thing going on with this big lottery, and it's 800 and something $1 million.
Oh
now,
gosh.
if Hayley were to get the winning ticket and match all 6 numbers, if she was over here, and they said Hayley Jensen won the Mega Millions, what's the first thing Hayley would do with the money?
Oh my gosh. I think, what would I do? Oh, wow, that's really hard. I think, what would I do? Of course, I'd have to put some aside for my music.
Yeah.
And I'd have to, like make sure my family were taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, look, I guess for me, a cause very close to my heart is cancer and blood cancer. I lost my dad, who you can see a photo of him up here, a few years ago, to a rare form of blood cancer. I'd probably have to donate a big whopping chunk of that to cancer research and trying to solve that mystery. I'd probably try to start something to help emerging artists as well. And oh gosh, what would I do? It's so much money. You could do anything. You could do everything and still have money left over.
I think one of the first things I would do, I told somebody today, take care of the charity of my choice. And then, of course, family, like you said, but then the travel comes into it. And I would actually book that one-way round-trip ticket to come see you in concert over in Australia.
Well, I was going to say, without a doubt, it would either be getting my own private jet or, just never-ending return flights to the States. And
come to Nashville. We could meet, dinner, and introduce you to the great people that you already kind of know too. But I'd say I've already talked to you up in Nashville too, so it's a good thing.
You're amazing. Thank you. Yeah, let's do it. We'll buy a venue there, and we'll just have live music going all the time. Every time I fly over, I can just play there.
Yeah.
You can host the nights, and
I'm okay with that. Like I said, the comments are coming. They're right there. I love the fact that they're saying buy a recording studio, look after mama, donate to charity. Yeah. So definitely her lyrics are so meaningful, no doubt, Denise. It's great that she puts that so much in her music. It's so powerful, so energetic, and great things out there. All right. Any latest food craving or drink craving you've had lately, especially when you travel?
Oh, I'm on a big diet at the moment because we've just been traveling, and it's been nonstop food and booze. So I'm like, I could think of all the food that I would like to have at the moment. But I'm a pescatarian, so seafood is always my thing. So, yeah, nice big seafood platter.
There you go. So I had some of that last night when I went to get some catfish. They're like fried or grilled or blackened. I went, Hayley would probably like fried. I was sitting there talking to my wife. I said, yeah, she's coming on Monday. We get to talk. I said, seafood's one of her favorite things. Let's just go fried catfish. And they brought out 3 big chunks of fish. And so.
Jealous.
The seafood steakhouse, and it was pretty good there last time. Of course, it's a little bit kind of,
amazing.
But it's all good stuff. Any kind of ice cream, any kind of favorite flavor you get into when it comes to ice cream?
Oh, what would I always choose? I'd probably always choose like some sort of salted caramel thing, I reckon.
I love that. It's good to have that too, because I actually had me some. Speaking of food, I shouldn't have done it, but had the sweet tooth the other day and went to a little bakery here in town that's been around for like 60-some years, and gelato is one of my favorite things to get into. Gelato and
hey, you've got to support the local businesses.
You
sometimes
do.
You got to take the hit for the team and just have that gelato.
Just get out there too as well. All right, I always say this one too. Dream stage to step on. You've stepped on so many there in your home country, but if there was one here in the States when you guys get back over here, once I guess this gets back to normal, would it be the Grand Ole Opry? Because I'd love to see it.
Oh yes, my mind straight away went to like CMA Fest. Like one of those massive stages there, but it would have to be the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, really. We watch the live streams here on the weekend and stuff. It's I think it's at night your time, but it's the morning here, so it's lovely to wake up and watch the live streams, and it's a great start to the weekends. But what a beautiful place.
I'd love to see you on there one day. And if I have anything to do with it, if I ever do, I'm going to, like I said, hit that home run for her and knock the ball out of the ballpark.
You can win that 80 million and I'll come over. And
hey, never say never. I would say, because stranger things have happened, and I'm still going to go get the winning ticket.
Someone has to win it. Someone has to win it. May as well be you.
I'm going to get the ticket tonight. I'm not sure when the drawing is, but it was $820 million. That is, I don't know what I'd do to that type of cash. It's nuts.
Yeah,
there.
What would you do with it?
Well, I definitely come see you in Australia play a show. That'd be one of the first things. And the fact we want to go to beaches, we want to have just a great experience over there. We've never gone down under. I've heard so many great things about it. You've told me, other friends have told me, so many great things there that I love. So many great artists, concerts, live music venues. Of course, booze, like you said, whatever else is out there to have fun, eating good food. I love to travel, which is one of the things.
We give the Americans a run for their money on the booze side of things.
You really do, yep. Yeah. And I tell you what else you give them a run for your money for is your music is infectious. It's fantastic. It's great vocals. It's something for everybody out there on Turning Up the Dial, and of course the latest album, Breaking Hearts, which is out there. Shake My Bones, the music video is out there. It'll definitely shake your bones if you listen to it too at the same time. And she's one of a kind, and she's just continuing to rise in her home country. Make sure you guys go check it out. It is Breaking Hearts, the #1 ARIA country album. Music videos out there for Shake My Bones. Give her a visit. HayleyJensen.net. Hayley, appreciate the time. Looking forward to our next visit, and just always appreciate you dropping by.
Thank you so much for your amazing support over the years. You have been, there from early days of my career, and such a huge supporter of mine. So thank you so much, Brendan, and really appreciate you taking the time to have a chat with me.
And y'all have a fantastic
thanks everyone
day.
for tuning in.
I appreciate everybody tuning in there for the early morning hours, and definitely appreciate everybody out there. Thanks to our sponsors. Tomorrow, Nashville recording artist Landon Parker, JD Shelburne going to stop by, and we did get word. We tracked her down. It took a little time, but Nashville recording artist Megan Patrick is coming by here on the Backstage Pass in just a matter of weeks. So be on the lookout for that one if you're a huge Megan Patrick fan. One of the hidden secrets for her, if people don't know, she's a huge Buffalo Bill fan, so she does watch the NFL. So she loves NFL football. So
yeah, she's a Canadian artist, right? And she's in Nashville, and I think is she engaged to Michael Tenpenny?
Mitchell Tenpenny?
Amazing. Sorry, that's right. Sorry.
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's early. I've only had half.
You're good. Have a good.
Fabulous artist, great songs. Everyone check out her music. She's brilliant.
She's amazing too as well. Scott, Denise, Deborah, Chris, appreciate all you guys tuning in there, listening over in her home country. We're back tomorrow. Like I said, Landon Parker and a good friend JD Shelburne coming by Wednesday. May or may not have a show, just depending upon if I get a jump on out of town early. If not, we'll talk with another great Canadian artist named Alex Hughes. If not, we'll track her down coming up in the next few weeks. Megan Patrick, our good friend David Adam Burns, and a group called Love and Chaos. We got so much cool stuff coming up over the next few weeks. And, of course, our countdown to kickoff, August 26th at Silsbee. The Vider Pirate high school football season begins on CajunCountryRadio.com. So be on the lookout for that. For Hayley and everybody that makes this program possible, you guys go check out the music, HayleyJensen.net, and go get Breaking Hearts across all the digital platforms. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the Backstage Pass. Until then, have a great evening. Or if you're in Australia, have a great rest of your day.